We're gonna start lying on our backs. Let's go ahead and lie down. So finding whatever comfortable position on your back you would like to take today for starting our class. Legs can be flat on the mat, knees can be bent, feet can be flat on the mat. It's really up to you. And whatever position you find yourself in, go ahead and close your eyes. Let your palms face the ceiling. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, sink into the mat, letting everything go, all the thoughts, stressors, anxiety, happiness, anything that's going through your head today, set that off to the side. Try not to let any of those negative thoughts, if there are any, maybe there aren't any, but if there are any negative thoughts, try not to let those seep back into your mind for the next hour. This is time that you're taking for yourself to rejuvenate, to get some exercise, to find some peace in your body and in your mind. So let that happen this morning. Gently just rock your head side to side. Just keeping the back of your head on your mat, just going gently to each side. And then let's start to make some circles with the wrists and the ankles, just going each direction several times. Let's go ahead and bring the feet flat onto the mat. We're going to bring them about as wide as the hips, close into your glutes. So we're setting up for dynamic bridge pose. So as you inhale, lift your hips up off the floor. Bring your arms up and over your head to the mat behind you. And then as you exhale, lower everything back down. We're going to go up and down several times. Inhale, lifting it all up. And exhale, lowering it all back down. Let's go a few more times, just going with your breath, up and down. One more time. And lowering back down to the mat. And then we'll just rock our knees side to side a few times. Windshield wipering the knees, getting a little bit of twist in the spine. And then coming back to center, we'll pull the knees into the chest. And then we're going to come up to a seat. So you can roll forward and back along the spine a couple of times, getting a little bit of momentum till it brings you all the way up. I forgot to mention, if you have a block and a strap, that would be helpful today. If you don't, you can always modify. We're going to come into either a cross-legged seat, or we're going to come into hero pose on a block if that's comfortable for your knees. If it's not, just find a cross-legged seat on your mat, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to roll the shoulders up to the ears and back down several times. And then bring the shoulders back to their natural position. Let's go ahead and drop the chin to the chest. And just roll the head side to side a couple of times. And the chin comes back down to the chest. Slowly lift the head back up. If you have a strap or maybe a belt or a tie, we're going to do a little cow face arms here just to get some stretching in the shoulders. Bring the strap or the belt or the tie into your right hand. Reach that right arm up. Bend the elbow, reach around with your left hand. Find your strap. And just pull gently with both hands. And then we will release. We'll go to the second side. So the strap comes into the left hand. Extend the left arm up. Bend the elbow. And again, reach around your back with your right hand. Find your strap. Pulling gently with both hands. And then we will release. Set that off to the side. Go ahead and bring your hands to your thighs. We're going to do a few seated cat-cows. So as you inhale, we're going to bring the hands closer to the hips. Bring the chest forward. The elbows are pointing back. Chin lifts. Exhale, round the spine. Hands come to the knees, chin to the chest. Inhale, chest comes forward for cow. And exhale, the spine rounds for cat. We'll go a couple more times. Your cat-cows. Go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. And we'll remove our block. If you were sitting on a block in Hero, we'll remove that block. Go ahead and come to a child's pose. So knees are spread wide, toes are together. Sit back on the heels, arms stretched forward. And just take a little bit of a rest in child's pose. It feels like a rest. It's actually starting to get a little more openness in our hips. And a nice stretch all through the back and the shoulders. Walk your hands over to the right. Stack your left hand on top of your right hand. Get a nice side body stretch here. Make sure that left hip and that left sitting bone stay down as you're reaching over to the right. And then we'll go to the second side. So left hand goes over to the left, right, just off of your mat. Right hand stacks on top. Right hip tries to stay low. And then coming back to center, we'll come forward to our hands and knees and we'll push back to a downward facing dog. And again, I don't know if I can really do a down dog, so I'll do my best. You guys, I'll probably be taking a lot of child's poses instead of down dog, so just, I apologize in advance. Bending one knee at a time. I could always do like a forearm down dog, I guess. Let's come out to a high plank pose. We're gonna lower all the way down to our bellies. Bring hands next to the chest. We're gonna take a few dynamic cobra poses here. So inhale, just lift the chest off the mat. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale one more time, lift up. Exhale, lower. We're gonna come back to our tabletop or our plank and push back to another downward facing dog. Let's look between the hands. Let's start to walk the feet forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the feet wider than the hips. Find your ragdoll pose here. So just hanging heavy in ragdoll. We're going to inhale, come up halfway. So find a flat back. We're going to clasp the hands behind our back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. So maybe your hands are just resting on your lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Broaden the collarbones. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, fold forward. Maybe lift the hands up off the back. Inhale, halfway up again. Exhale, release the hands, folding forward. And then inhale, rise up slowly, reaching the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, palms come together at the heart, finding your mountain pose. So we'll move along into our sun breaths and sun salutations. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips to fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's bring the hands behind the back, clasp the hands. Inhale, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, release the arms, reach the arms up, stand up. Exhale, back to mountain pose. One more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, mountain pose. We'll take a few rounds of our classic sun salutation. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, bending at the waist. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, right foot steps back, knee to the floor. Reach the arms up. Shift the hips forward. Your left knee is shifting forward, maybe right above or right forward of your left ankle. Big opening in the hip flexor on the right side. Take a deep inhale as you exhale, hands to the floor. Lift your right knee up, step the left foot back to a plank pose. We're gonna lower through a chaturanga. Inhale, lifting into a cobra pose. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step that right foot forward. Drop the left knee, reach the arms up. Another deep inhale as you exhale, hands to the mat. Step the left foot forward next to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, palms slide down to the chest. Let's go to the second side. Inhale, reaching overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, knee to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. We're gonna bring the arms to a T. We're gonna bring the right arm under the left. Find eagle arms. Lifting the elbows up, lifting the arms away from the face. Go ahead and release the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to your plank pose. Move through another vinyasa. And then come to your downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. As you exhale, step that left forward between the hands. Drop the right knee, reach the arms up. Arms come to a T, this time left arm under the right. Eagle arms on the second side. Let's go ahead and release the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Lift the right knee, step the right foot forward on an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stretch all the way up. Exhale, back to a mountain pose. Take a round or two of breath here in your mountain pose. Let's inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhaling into our forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step the right foot back. We're going to keep that knee lifted this time. We're going to come to a high lunge or a crescent lunge. So hands can come to the thigh first. Then stretch both arms tall. Alongside the ears, shoulders are down. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bend your right knee so it maybe taps the floor, and then come right back up. Lowering down, back up. If you can't go all the way to the floor, that's fine. Just go as far as you can. Come on back up. Let's drop that back heel. Let's come to our warrior two. Inhale, straighten the left knee, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, reach up, exhale to warrior two. We're going to turn the left palm facing the ceiling, scoop the right arm behind you, find a reverse warrior, deep bend in the left knee. Coming back to warrior two, take an inhale here. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to either a downward facing dog or step back to a plank, move through a vinyasa. Let's all come onto our high plank pose. We're going to lower all the way down to the floor. Bring the arms alongside the body. We're going to take a locust A here. So in an inhale, lift the head and the chest, lift the legs, lift the arms. So working on core strength, reaching the fingers and the toes behind you. Lift a little higher if you can. And then when you're ready, lower all the way back down. Turn the head to one side, rest your cheek on the mat. And then when you're ready, we'll push ourselves back to our downward facing dog. On the next inhale, you're going to lift the right leg. On the exhale, you're going to step the right foot forward. We're coming to our high lunge. Take an inhale here, exhale, bend the left knee, tapping it down to the mat. Inhale, back up to your high lunge. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Let's find warrior two. Inhale, straighten the right knee, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, last time. Exhale. Turn the right palm to the ceiling. Sweep the left arm behind you. Reverse warrior. Coming back to your warrior two, take an inhale in warrior two. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to either down dog or move through a vinyasa. Let's look between the hands. Let's walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, back to our mountain pose. Let's shift the weight into our right foot. We're going to find tree pose next. So bringing the left foot to either the ankle or above or below the knee, and finding a wall if that would help you as well. Hands can come to the hips for balance. If you're feeling pretty balanced, maybe reaching the arms up to the ceiling. One more full breath here in our tree pose. Let's bring the palms together at the heart and then lower the foot down to the floor. We'll go to the second side. Weight comes into the left foot. Right foot comes to the ankle, above or below the knee. So anywhere along that leg is good, just not on the knee. Hands can start at the hips. Maybe reaching up for the ceiling. So using that core engagement to help you with your balance. When you're ready, palms come back to the heart. Release the right foot back down to the floor. If you stepped off your mat, go ahead and come back to your mat. And we will continue with a few other standing sequences. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step the right foot back. We're coming back to our high lunge. Reach both arms up. Palms come together at the chest. We'll take our twist. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Find your twist. Pressing the palms together. We're going to release our twist. Hands are going to come to the floor. We're going to walk our hands to the right. Parallel with the feet. Come up halfway, flat back. On the exhale, we're going to bend deeply. You could always bring your hands to a block if that's a little bit easier for you. If your hands on the mat and you want to walk them back to be more in line with the feet, you can do that as well. Go ahead and lift up halfway. We're gonna walk the hands to the front of the mat again, pivot the feet towards the front of the mat, drop the right knee down to the floor. We're gonna take a quad stretch here. So you're gonna bend your right knee, you're gonna reach back with your left hand, try to find that foot. If you can't reach it, just have that knee bent, bring it as close into your glutes as you can. And then go ahead and release. We're gonna step back to either a downward facing dog or we're gonna take a vinyasa here. It's up to you. And then from your down dog, let's lower the knees to the mat. So we're gonna extend the right leg out. This time we're gonna use our right hand and reach for our right foot. Lift that foot up as high as you can. Okay, I gotta come down on my forearm. I can't do that on my wrist. So reaching, kicking the foot into the hand, getting a nice stretch through the shoulder here. And then go ahead and release. We're gonna come back to our downward facing dog. On the next inhale, let's lift the right leg. We're gonna step that right foot forward between the hands. So we're coming back to our high lunge. Sliding the palms down, taking a deep inhale as you exhale, twist left elbow to right knee. Let's untwist, bring the hands to the mat, walk the hands to the left, parallel the feet. Inhale, lift up halfway, clasp the hands behind the back, and then fold forward. Let's release the hands back down to the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Walk the hands to the right, pivot the feet to the right, drop the left knee. We're gonna take that quad stretch here. So we're going to bend our left knee, reach back with your right hand. See if you can grab that foot. And I'm just down on my forearm because of my wrist, so you guys can have your hand on the mat. Unless you want to go deeper, you can take it down to the forearm. When you're ready, go ahead and release. We're going to step back to a downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa here if you'd like. And from downward dog, lower your knees to the mat. Again, we're back in tabletop. So we're going to lift that left leg up. We're going to reach back with our left hand for our foot. See if you can grab onto the foot. Kick the foot into the hand again. And then go ahead and lower back down. Let's take a child's pose just for a few breaths. When you're ready, we'll come back to our downward facing dog. Look between the hands, walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, back to our mountain pose. Taking a breath or two here in our mountain pose. Let's clasp the hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bend the knees. Find Utkatasana, chair pose with the hands clasped behind the back. So squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're going to bring the weight into the right foot. We're heading to a warrior three. Keep your hands where they are. Just extend that left leg back behind you. So your arms are probably just resting on your back. Flex the foot. Push the foot back towards that back wall. We're going to slowly step all the way back to a high lunge. Keeping our arms where they are. High lunge. Dropping the back heel to the floor, so you're in warrior two legs. We're going to find a humble warrior here. Inhale, exhale, bow forward. Right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Try to lift those arms up a little bit higher if you can. As we come back up, release the arms, come up to our warrior two. Straighten the right knee, find triangle pose. We'll bring ourselves back up to center on an inhale. Exhale, knee bends, warrior two. Inhaling again, exhale, hands come to the floor, step back to downward dog or a vinyasa. From down dog, look between the hands, step the feet forward again, inhaling, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, back to our mountain pose. We'll do it again on the second side, so hands clasped behind the back. Maybe switch the clasp of your hands so the opposite thumb is on top. Bring the weight into the left foot. Oh, we started in chair pose, didn't we? Sorry. Bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Weight comes into the left foot. Extend the right leg back for warrior three. Maybe try to lift those arms off the back if you can. Knee and toe are still pointing straight down towards the floor. Let's step all the way back. High lunge. Drop the right heel to the mat. We'll take a humble warrior. Take an inhale here as you exhale. Bow to the inside of the left knee. Arms lift off the back. Go ahead and come back up. Release the arms. Bring the arms to a T for warrior two. Straighten the left knee. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Come all the way back up on an inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee in warrior two. Inhale here, exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to your down dog. Take an optional vinyasa here. From downward dog, you look between the hands, step the feet forward again. Inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch up. Reach for the ceiling, exhale, mountain pose. We're gonna take dancer pose next. So you can either do this with or without the strap, But if you're going to use the strap, then you're going to want to make a little loop in the strap. And you're going to put that around your right foot. If you're not using the strap, then you'll just grab onto your foot. So step off your mat, maybe. So we're going to bring that weight into our left leg. We're going to bend that right knee. So if you've got a hold of your strap, just bring it up by your shoulder. If you're not using your strap, grab the inside of your right foot with your right hand. Everybody lift your left arm up. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Tip forward, but keep your chest lifted. So chest stays lifted. Foot lifts higher. And when you're ready, slowly release back down to the mat. If you're using that strap, we're just going to move it over to the left foot. Okay. So weight comes into your right foot. Go ahead and lift your left foot off the mat, bend the knee. Reach the right arm up. Go ahead and tip forward. Dancer pose. Deep breaths here. Try to lift that back foot up a little higher if you can. And then slowly release. Back down to the mat. You can set your strap off to the side. And we'll come back to the top of our mat. Back to our mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step back to your downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa here if you'd like. We're going to come to pigeon pose. So let's inhale, the right leg lifts. As you exhale, pull that knee forward, setting the leg down on the mat. Get the knee wider than the hip. Sit up nice and tall. Look behind you. Make sure that your left leg is pointing straight back behind you. Take a nice deep inhale here as you exhale. Start to draw the chest forward as you come down. So using maybe a block for your forearms or maybe for your head. Find your comfortable position in your pigeon pose. Deep breaths. Well, this is a really intense stretch. See if you can find some sort of peace and relaxation here in this pose. We're going to slowly sit back up. And an option here would be to take a mermaid. So you can bend your left knee, you can reach back with your left hand. Try to find that foot. Maybe bring that foot into your elbow. Maybe reach the right arm up. When you're ready, go ahead and release everything. We're going to push back to a downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Maybe take a three-legged dog. Stretch it out. And option for a vinyasa here if you would like to take one. If not, just rest in your down dog. So we'll go to the second side. Inhale the left leg up. As you exhale, pull that knee forward, finding your pigeon pose on the left. Sitting up nice and tall, checking your alignment. Inhaling here, exhale, leading with the chest again. I know I say it all the time. Coming forward, resting on the floor or a block. Go ahead and slowly sit back up. So this is your option here to take the mermaid pose, then the right knee, reach back with your right hand for that foot. Again, taking any option here. Maybe your foot comes to your elbow. Maybe you lift that left arm. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Press back to your downward facing dog. Maybe take a three-legged dog. Work out that hip. One more vinyasa here if you'd like to take one more vinyasa. And from your down dog, let's lower our knees to the floor and come to our child's pose. Okay, so let's sit up. We're gonna have a seat on our mats. So we've got two options here. We're either going to take a half hero. So for half hero, you're gonna bend your right knee, bring your foot back by your hip. Left leg is straight. The other option, if that's just too much, is take a Janu Shirshasana. So you bring the right foot in by your left thigh. So either is fine, it's up to you. But whichever option you're taking, your left leg is gonna be straight. Let's inhale, reach both arms up, flex the left foot. Exhale, stretch forward, out towards that left foot. Make sure that you've got both sitting bones firmly on your mat. Go ahead and sit back up, straighten the right leg, send that leg out, and take either half hero or Janu Shirshasana on the left side. So your left knee is bent, foot is behind you or in your thigh. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, stretch out. Go ahead and release. So we are either going to take a full hero pose, but if you're not doing a hero, I want you to take a Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana and fold forward. If you're going to take a hero pose, you can do it again on the block, or maybe you can do it without the block. So Baddha Konasana people, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, fold forward on the exhale. Hero people, go ahead and maybe you can lower down to your elbows. Maybe you can go all the way down to your back. And wherever you are, just breathe deeply, enjoying the stretch that you're getting. When you're ready, slowly start to come back up. And release that pose that you're in. And we're all gonna lay down on our back. Make sure you have your block handy. We're gonna do a couple bridge poses here. First one is a regular bridge pose. Feet are close into your glutes, knees are bent, arms are at your sides, maybe your elbows are bent, fingers pointing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift up into your bridge. Exhale, stay there, keep breathing. When you're ready, we'll slowly lower back down and we'll rock the knees side to side. Bring the knees back to center. We'll take our second back bend. We're gonna either take another bridge pose or we're gonna take a wheel. So if a wheel, a full back bend is part of your practice, please feel free to take a wheel pose. I'm not gonna demonstrate today. If you're not doing wheel, we'll take another bridge, lifting up into your bridge pose. Maybe try to work those shoulder blades a little more underneath you, getting a little more back bend here. And when you're ready, lower back down. Again, rocking the knees side to side, counteracting the back bend with this twist. And last but not least, we'll take one more, this time bridge on a block. Hopefully you have a block. If you do not have a block, you can take a regular bridge. We'll lift up, we'll set that block underneath our sacrum. At any level, I'm going with medium today, but you can have low or medium or high. Lift those shoulders off the mat, tuck the shoulder blades underneath you and set your shoulders back down. If it's comfortable, walk your legs out. Just resting here on your block. So staying here in this passive bridge pose as long as you want to. When you feel like you're ready, walk your feet back in, lift yourself up, move the block out of the way, set yourself down, and again, rock the knees side to side. Resist the urge to pull your knees into your chest immediately after a back bend. After you've rocked side to side in a twist, then you can pull your knees into the chest. Okay, so we'll finish up as always with a nice gentle twist here in our backs. Knees come into the chest, arms come out to a T. Inhaling in the center, exhale, knees come over to the right. Trying to keep the left shoulder on the mat. When you're ready, we'll untwist, we'll come back to center, pull the knees into the chest again, rock around a little bit. And then we'll go over to the left side. Again, arms come to a T, knees drop over, gently over to the left. And when you're ready, we'll untwist again, back to the middle. Pull the knees into the chest. Let's bring the feet down to the mat, soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. If there's any other last poses that you feel like you want to take before Shavasana, take a minute here just to finish up. And when you're ready, no hurry, of course, we'll take our Shavasana, just lying on our backs, stretching out again where we started. Palms facing up, eyes are closed. Rock the head a couple times, side to side. Bring the head back to resting in the center. Take a deep inhale. Feel yourself drawing all the energy into your body. And then exhale, let it all out. Maintaining that peaceful mind, that quiet mind for another couple minutes. starting to come out of your Shavasana, moving your body a little slowly. See how long you can keep that peaceful mind going today. Take a stretch, fingertips to toes. When you're ready, roll off to one side, pausing on your side. When you're ready, coming up to a seat. Yeah, everybody's like, what's happening to my hair? Bringing the palms together at the heart. Thank you for tuning in. I guess a lot of people are tuning in later today or later this week. So have whatever day you're tuning in, have a great day, have a great week. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.